Hello, this section will cover some hints and tips for you to apply to your programs. The Awin Index is a useful tool for publishers to benchmark your program against the network average. There are 4 key metrics, including conversion rate, approval percentage, validation period, and earnings per click, or CAVE. Each of these metrics will have an impact on the desirability of your program, so it's important to do what you can to improve them, such as validating regularly, paying fair and competitive commissions, approving valid sales accurately, and ensuring your site is as optimized as possible to convert the traffic an affiliate sends your way. Publishers can see your average validation time, which is a big factor when considering to apply to join your program. So the validation process is really important to make your program attractive to publishers. Once validated transactions have been invoiced and paid for, the publisher will be paid 28 days from that point. By validating as soon as possible, you're able to speed up the process of publishers being paid, keeping them happy and encouraging them to continue promoting your company. Transactions will most likely auto-validate as per your contract after 45 days as standard, or depending on your particular agreement and sector implications. This means it's important to accurately validate before this point in case there are any you wish to decline. Remember, once transactions have been invoiced for, they cannot be reversed, so it must be done within the validation period for your program. Transaction queries. These are uploaded by cashback and loyalty type publishers generally and relate to transactions where a customer feels they should have received cashback or loyalty points. There are 3 types of cashback queries: incorrect, declined, and untracked. Incorrect queries relate to a transaction where a customer feels they have been paid the wrong amount. A decline query relates to a query which they feel has been incorrectly declined, and an untracked query relates to a query which has not tracked at all. Based on your validation files, you need to determine if they are due cashback and at what amount. It's important to check for fraudulent queries, as whilst this is rare and most publishers do have stringent checks in place their side, it's important to ensure these are carefully checked by you as well. Doing so and making sure you validate your transaction queries quickly will help you develop relationships with top publishers. This is an example of an Awin invoice we've mocked up. The first line will show the sum of commissions validated during your validation periods. We have 2 different possible invoicing runs, monthly and twice monthly. If you are running monthly invoices, this line will be the sum of all commissions validated from the first to the last day of the month, for example. This is not related to the transactions which converted during this period, but rather the sales which you have validated. The network fee is in the next line and will be based on your contract, and the final line is then the VAT added on top. You can easily pull a backing file of transactions to match back to an invoice if you need by using the Awin interface. If you go to Reports, then select Transactions, you will open our Transactions report. From here, you will need to apply a few filters to pull the correct data. Selecting the dates matching your invoice run will be the first step. This is on your invoice on the first line and will read something like affiliate commissions validated 1st May to 31st May 2020. Next, you need to ensure you change the based on filters within the report. One is from transaction date to validation date, and then you need to select the status to approved only. These both open automatically as transaction date and all transactions, so you will need to change these manually. You can then check the totals for the commission amounts, but do note that override will not be visible within this report. As mentioned, publisher diversity is key to a program, and therefore program publisher approvals is also a really important task. Check out all the promotional spaces a publisher may push you on and then approve as you like. Doing publisher approvals once a week is helpful. If you consider you may be getting 20 publishers applying to your program a day, that amounts to 600 a month, so it's really important to build it into your weekly or daily tasks. The Opportunity Marketplace is a really helpful directory of publisher offers and takes away the need to have already met or worked with a publisher. It allows you to see a view on all of the deals and offerings across our network and might help you find a new key partner or tap into a new demographic. A gap analysis is a great way to find lots of good opportunities for growth in the network by identifying publishers who work well for your competitors, and this can be therefore a great time saver. You can request a gap analysis from your Awin contact once quarterly. You will need to then provide them 3 to 8 competitors who are all on the Awin network. Communication. The Hub and News Manager can both be found in the Toolbox section of Awin and are great ways of staying in touch with your publishers. Sharing sales messaging, promotional offers and program updates are an excellent way to keep your affiliates in the loop of your business plan. The News Manager is accessible by going to the toolbox, then News Manager from the dashboard. You can either send to all affiliates or filter to a select number of affiliates you wish to send to. This tool has the option to include a previously made HTML template for your message to stand out amongst other advertisers. Once sent, the article is reviewed and sent within 24 hours by Awin. With the Hub, you can register by following the link on the Hub page within the toolbox. You will then need to email our marketing team to get your email whitelisted. The relevant email address is listed in the Hub section of the interface. As with the News Manager, you can create your own HTML template for your sends. Another way to reach out to publishers is to be included in Awin's publisher newsletter. It's best to offer exceptionally strong CPAs or big, strong offers if you would like to be included. If you would also like to see examples of previous newsletters, these are available on the wiki or within the Hub. Sometimes you might want to run an exclusive voucher code with a partner, but unfortunately, due to the very nature of community voucher code sites, this can be uploaded by customers across multiple sites. This results in many illegitimate transactions tracking through the Awin platform based on the exclusivity agreement you had in place. Fortunately, we do have a voucher attribution tool which allows you to streamline the process for dealing with this. The voucher attribution tool automatically reassigns commission to the publisher you had your exclusivity agreement with. This means that you won't impact your decline rates by declining sales through other publishers, you protect your cave rating, and improve your overall program. It also helps improve relationships with key publishers who you have promised exclusivity to. Commission by Assist. This tool allows you to reward affiliates outside of a last-click model. This might be relevant for publishers who traditionally sit further up the funnel, such as a blogger or editorial content sites, for example. They may be very influential in the customer journey and contribute to the final conversion, and yet never see a portion of the commission as they weren't the final click. To ensure you continue to incentivize these publishers to work hard for you, you may consider running an assist campaign. This would mean paying a set amount per sale for each transaction they assist in actually converting. We recommend you begin by identifying those affiliates driving a large number of assists in the publisher performance report. Avoid setting these up with big voucher code and cashback sites, as whilst they may assist others, they also traditionally sit lower in the funnel and don't need to be incentivized in this way. Try to agree extra exposure and guarantee additional coverage in return for this, and see if it improves the overall number of clicks, assists, and engagement, as well as sales that this publisher is able to generate. A few more tips around a commission by assist campaign is to identify publishers who are often overwritten and see if there's any common thread in the publisher type these usually fall into. You can customize your publisher performance report columns to read more about each metric. We track a range of different assist metrics, including assisted Awin and assisted other channels. Another way of attributing commission outside of the last click model is to run a CPC campaign and pay commission on clicks generated as opposed to validated sales. Please note, a cap is not set up automatically and has to be turned on. Additionally, each day of the campaign will technically register as a single line in the transaction report with the total commission for that day. Thanks for listening to the hints and tips section of our advertiser training seminar.